Well, perennial garden is always in a constant state of change, and if you're planning to plant a perennial garden, it's a good idea to stage your plants so that they bloom at different times. Well, you'll notice here that our wonderful spring blooming plants are already done. Things like our peonies, our iris, our tulip bulbs, and our moss phlox, they're already done, and that's pretty much all the show they'll give us for the year. But there are some flowers that are just now coming into bloom and are going to be looking beautiful in our garden, and I wanted to show you a few of those. Now, first off, this beautiful flower is Malva sylvestris. Now, there are several different cultivars of this, and they tend to run in the purple, pinks, and white stages. Usually they'll have these nice, they'll either be purple, pink, or white, and they'll usually have the darker veining in the flower petal here. Now, they're a tall, spiky plant, and they look much like a hollyhock because they are in the same family. They're in the mallow family. Now, these are beautiful addition to the garden, and right now when we come into the studio gardens, you can see them across the entire garden, just beaming here in our landscape. Well, another great flower right now are the Indian blankets. They're just now starting to bloom, and they're really looking nice. This is filling in very well with bloom here as we go from spring to summer. Now, the Gaillardias will continue to bloom for us clear through the frost, so they're a very good standby to have color in your garden all summer and fall long. The key to keeping them blooming is to keep them deadheaded so they'll continue to bloom. Don't let these go ahead and form seed because that'll make them shut down. But as long as you cut the old flower heads off, you'll keep having new bloom on them. Well, another set of perennials that's blooming right now are the yarrows, and they add a lot of nice color to the garden, and they're available in several different cultivars, ranging in shades from the pinks and the pastels to white to colors in the yellow scheme. So they make a very nice addition to the garden. Well, one of the perennials that's blooming right now that has a wonderful red color to it is our natia, and the natia is a nice dark red color, and that should bloom for us here through the summer season. Now, it also makes a nice cut flower, so you can use that in a vase inside too. Well, one of the good old standbys for a perennial garden for summer color are the Coreopsis, and those come in so many different types of habits. They're usually a bushy, and they're anywhere from a very small flower to a very large yellow flower, and some have a ferny foliage to a larger leaf. And those all do really well in the garden, and they're fairly well behaved. They usually have a mounding habit. Well, finally, one of our fun plants is the purple ice plant, and that is a great ground cover. It is winter hardy as long as it's got good drainage, and it has this just amazing purple flower that will bloom for us clear through the summer and into the fall. That's a wonderful flower. Well, some plants that will do well for you in the late summer to fall are plants like butterfly bush, Coreopsis, autumn joy sedum, and Russian sage. So just remember, as you're putting your perennial gardens in, to stage the blooms so that you'll have some great things blooming all season long.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. You can also find more recent videos on our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.